Through the juvenile courts and the adult criminal justice system, the United States of America incarcerates more of its youth than any other country in the world. Approximately 500,000 youth are brought to detention centers in any given year. This is just one of their stories.
My name's Ben. I got on probation when I was probably 6th grade for truancy. It was a 6-month sentence, but remained on probation until I was 18. Throughout that time, I kept getting in trouble. I was drinking, getting MICs. I was sent to the Reno County Detention Center for juveniles, max security, about 3 times. It really didn't have much effect on me. They were about week-long sentencings just for kind of show me the ropes, try to scare tactics. I started experimenting drugs a lot when I was in high school, and then once I was about 17, I got really drunk one night, and cops got involved, and I fought the cops. I ended up getting battery on a law enforcement officer and obstruction of legal process and duty, and my 4th MIC that night. And they sent me to Reno County Detention Center. I was moved to Forbesville in Topeka. It's a level 5, level 6 is max. It was an old boot camp, and they still had the razor wire and everything like that, but it was more relaxed than Reno County, which was a max. I got out, immediately started going out and doing the same things again, and I went to my correction officer and talked to her and asked for help. We discussed stuff I could do. I went to rehab, Valley Hope, and I did a month. When I got out, I pretty much stayed on the straight and narrow for 1 year. I met my ex-wife, and then we had 2 children together, and things went south, and I had to file for divorce, take custody of the kids.
Were there specific programs or classes that helped you?
I want to say no. There wasn't really any programs. It was mostly a short-term holding place before you get sent off to actual long-term or prison for juveniles.
Okay.
It was, they did have schooling. They had teachers come in that you went to school during the day, and it was very structured throughout the day, but there was actually no programs to help that I can remember.
What made you turn your life around?
I want to really say that after experiencing all that, and then once I met my wife, I had 2 children, and the children, my boys, are the world to me now. I mean, I can't imagine not having them, and to do anything wrong or to go out and be stupid and get in trouble, you know, it's just not worth it anymore. My priorities have changed.
What advice would you give to a child or a teenager heading towards trouble and even juvenile detention? What would you tell them?
I know it'd be hard for them to be able to do this, but I would tell them to evaluate this, you know, long term. Think about it, because I look back on mine, and when people look back on childhood, they're thinking high school, prom, homecoming, and then they look forward to going into college and stuff. You know, I look back and I don't have any of that. You know, most of my childhood or my teenage years was corrections and probation officers and being locked up and going to rehab. You know, I didn't have that teenage experience like most did, and that's something I'll probably always regret.
The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, my woman and the kids and the dogs and me. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.